Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive blind spot in our tech conversations right now, and that's the actual physical wires of the decentralized internet. We spend so much time obsessing over secure software, encrypted applications, and decentralized protocols, but what about the actual signal bouncing off the cell tower? Let's jump right in. Okay, so let's challenge a deeply ingrained illusion right off the bat. We confidently build all this decentralized software, crypto wallets, distributed storage, all that good stuff, but we basically ignore the actual radios and SIM cards carrying that data around the globe. It's kind of like building this impenetrable high-tech fortress in the cloud, only to leave the physical front door wide open for anyone to just walk through. We're obsessing over the roof and totally ignoring the foundation. Section 1. The decentralized internet illusion, where decentralization currently stops. Looking at the research from Linkspreed LLC, they're a tech company based out of New Mexico. A really glaring vulnerability in our current setup gets exposed. Basically, decentralization stops dead right at the application level. Because the crucial point here is, as long as traditional telecom gatekeepers control your physical mobile signal, your digital independence is incomplete. You could run the most secure end-to-end encrypted chat app on the planet, but if your internet service provider is sitting right there, logging and potentially selling your connection data, are you really free from surveillance? The hardware layer remains completely compromised. Section 2. Unpacking the Web 4 stack, a spatial dimension for the internet. To actually fix this vulnerability, the architecture itself has to be completely rethought. Linkspreed isn't just pitching a software product here. They've submitted reference papers to formalize an entirely new architecture known as Web 4. This framework treats the internet not just as a quick software update, but as a persistent spatial fabric centered entirely on sovereign ownership. And what's really fascinating when you look at this bottom-up, 7-layer architecture is the clear logic. Every single layer absolutely relies on the sovereign foundation beneath it. The top layers literally cannot be safe if the bottom layers are vulnerable. Starting down at the very foundation, Layer 1, which is the UIID, handles exactly who you are cryptographically. Instead of handing your personal details over to corporate databases to get hacked or sold, it acts as a decentralized digital passport. Your biometric data stays safely encrypted right there on your own device, and you prove things using zero-knowledge proofs, so you and only you are in total control of your digital self. It's the ultimate shift in power back to the individual. And that brilliantly illustrates where our main topic fits in today. Layer 2, VIVON. This sits directly on top of your identity layer as a strategic subsidiary dedicated entirely to borderless, serverless connectivity. Think of it like this. If Layer 1 handles who you are, Layer 2 answers the very next crucial question. How do you actually get onto the network in the first place without a compromised gatekeeper? How do you physically connect? Section 3, VIVON. The physical layer, bridging cryptographic identity and radio towers. Breaching that massive gap between abstract cryptographic keys and actual physical radio towers requires a highly specialized physical layer. The source material details exactly 3 reasons why this layer is absolutely indispensable for Web 4. We're talking ISP independence, borderlessness, and anchoring true digital sovereignty. Without these 3 anchors, the whole concept of a decentralized web just collapses backward into centralized control. The hardware dictates the rules. Compare renting a tracking-prone connection from a traditional ISP with owning a decentralized VIVON connection. On one hand, you've got traditional telecom, right? An aging system relying heavily on ISP surveillance, country-locked SIM cards, crazy roaming fees, and phone numbers you literally just rent from a corporation. On the other hand, VIVON Web 4 gives you total ISP decoupling. It offers borderless eSIMs so you act globally without roaming fees, and it anchors your digital sovereignty directly to the real world. It's the profound difference between renting a vulnerable connection and actually owning a decentralized one. Section 4. Chat, call, and connect. Rebuilding the telecom functions. To actually rebuild these telecom functions from the ground up, VIVON launched a dedicated application alongside the UIID app on the Google Play Store, bringing 3 core solutions right to your smartphone. The first feature is a messaging system, chat. It gives you the immediacy of SMS, but your data isn't flowing through a traditional carrier's gateway, where it can be logged, retained, or handed over. It runs completely on sovereign UIID infrastructure. Now, this next feature is perhaps the most mind-bending concept here. You're directly calling cryptographic IDs instead of relying on decades-old national numbering plans. Think about what a traditional phone number actually is today. It's essentially a universal tracking handle that you rent from a massive carrier. By decoupling the act of reaching a person from telecom-issued numbers, your secure UID becomes your singular point of contact. You're calling the person, not the rented corporate line.
And rounding out the trio, we have Connect. The raw connectivity is provided via software-provisioned eSIMs. This means no more tiny plastic cards to swap out when you land at a new airport, no regional telecom stores to visit, and absolutely no traditional carrier contracts. It's mobile data that seamlessly travels with you across borders, fully enabling that independent ecosystem right from your pocket.
Section 5. Shielding your metadata, the privacy substrate. But what good is a decentralized app if your mobile carrier can still log exactly when you open it? That brings us to the underlying privacy substrate. Even if your message content is perfectly encrypted, data brokers don't actually need to read your texts. They learn everything they need to know just from the metadata. VIVON's metadata shielding specifically blocks central intermediaries from seeing who you talk to, when, from exactly where, and for how long. It effectively blinds the surveillance apparatus, stripping away the visibility data brokers rely on.
And because VIVON fiercely secures Layer 2, those benefits ripple upward through the entire stack. It ensures that Layer 3 Arctic compute nodes aren't choke-pointed by a localized ISP shutting them down. It means Layer 4 Helion routing operates over private default routing. And it guarantees that Layer 6 Atrium social super apps are actually reaching users whose very connection is sovereign. The whole ecosystem is structurally protected from the bottom up, not just patched at the top.
Section 6. True digital sovereignty, the missing piece of the puzzle. By effectively absorbing and replacing the functions of a traditional mobile carrier, the physical SIM, the phone number, the messaging gateway, the voice line, we can finally connect the Web4 social ecosystem to the real world. The stated goal in the text is incredibly clear, perfectly captured in this quote from Link Spreed. Your connection to the web is as sovereign as your digital identity. It's all about taking the theoretical promises of decentralization and extending that ownership all the way down to the eSIM inside your pocket.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. If you truly value your digital privacy, why are you still trusting gatekeepers with your physical connection? Look at your own digital footprint today and ask yourself how much of your daily life is still being logged simply because you're relying on a rented connection. We've spent all these years obsessively locking the digital doors, but what would it actually take for you to claim true sovereignty over your physical signal?